Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 16th of December. So yesterday then we saw a few things happening basically, well, over the last couple of days really. We'll look at the Fed still increasing but probably at a slower rate, so and maybe the end is in sight for the Fed. That seems to be the general thoughts there. The Bank of England then came out with still increasing. However, we've almost got this sort of we've had two voters suggesting that they don't want to increase, so there's this sort of discord there. It's just not working. And then we've got the ECB increasing by the 0.5% expected, but suggesting many more. So the ECB has won the bullish hawkish vote in terms of potential. However, how that really ended up on the market is another matter. Let's now look at the technicals. Actually, let's just look at what we've got. We've got the PPI data coming out today. We've had the UK retail sales. Let's just run into where we are here. And retail sales came in worse than expected. Now, this for the Bank of England might be a sort of a fuel, because it's actually we're probably it's seeing what they want to see is a slowdown, but it's not necessarily good at this time of year to see it slowing down like this. The double whammy of inflation and higher interest rates is really knocking the economy. Moving through Euro world, we've got PMI. The French PMI and services there at 815, the German manufacturing and services at 830, and the UK at 930, followed by 245 the US. So that's where we're sitting there. I think we should be getting more speakers today, although I was just looking at this service which gives me a few more speakers. This is Financial News, and we have got ECB speaker at 11:30. Might create some volatility then for the euro. Not the speakers I thought, but these, as I say, these retail sales really okay. Some were expected to come in lower, but they're significantly lower. Okay, let's get on and look at the technicals then, and we'll start off euro dollar. Well, yesterday, as hawkish as it was, it didn't end up positively, but it is pushing up a little bit more at the moment. So we have got this sort of move to the upside. Looking at the 4 hours, it's got quite ugly around these highs. Overall, it's really quite a mess. And technically, first look at this, if I was not looking at the upper time frames, it would be that looks a bit bearish, and you've got this bullish engulfing bar at the moment. We could get a continuation to the downside. It's not looking as strong as you might have expected with the outlook there. So I think the PPI figures, PMI figures, will be key this morning there. But we'll see how they run out. It, as I say, it just looks a tad on the bearish on the short time frame. It doesn't look even on the 4 hourly. It's okay. You can see what I'm showing you on the chart there, that the movement overall has been to the upside, but just looks like it's run out of gas. Okay, let's crack on and look at the other markets. I mean, on the dailies it looks probably okay, and it certainly looks stronger. The pound really yesterday on the dailies taking that hit, that sort of dovish hit really. Technically the double tops look like, well, that was that then, and it's taken out a number of trend lines. It's broken through all its key moving averages all at one go, and again from where it's sitting at the moment, looking quite bearish. We have got an untouched daily pivot. If things were to change this morning, and they can quite often change as we move into 8 o'clock, we could see a move up there, but overall here this is looking bearish, and we could be in line for heading down towards that S1. Okay, dollar yen. So dollar yen. Right. So what I was looking at earlier on, we've got this sort of move here over the last few days. It's a bit of a pivot swing. It's just a sort of one of those signals that sometimes suggests continuation in the distance. If it cracks the top of that bar, it just suggests further upside. It's a real mess. They must be a bit gutted really with their currency in such a mess, bearing in mind they didn't have any data coming out. It doesn't seem fair, but so strong old day there on Tuesday, and a weak old day there on Thursday. So game of two halves here at this stage, and whether it's going to strengthen up a little bit more, it's on the short term here, the hourly time frame. Consolidation around here. It was a bull, or it is a bull flag, I suppose. If it continues to roll over here, well, maybe we'll see more strength coming into the yen. But yeah, it's quite a move there at the moment, and there's sort of point of looking at it thinking, well, it's a mess on the 4 hourlies. It's still got the direct, it's the one that's sort of going with its direction, I suppose, at the moment. Well, so is the euro, but we'll see how it pans out during the day. Aussie dollar looking weak on the dailies. It's not great anyway. I've mentioned this sort of the chop that we're seeing here. It's all sort of signalling for some maybe a rollover, and we could be seeing that running through today. It's that sort of, it's already done instead of a double top with like the pound was, this has done a lower high that's confirmed it's broken down. We've had a bit of a retrace, and it looks like a break of these lows, and you just look at the lows across here. A break of that sort of area would certainly signify further downside. US dollar CAD. CAD as well, just on the daily wise here. Originally, okay, it's going back a bit. I thought, okay, the CAD's going to get some decent strength back into, but just not managed to hold on to it. And we've got the higher lows coming through to the upside, and that seems to be a bit of the pattern. But once again, it's a bit of a mess as we look through the overall 4 hourly here. It's sort of a bit chunking up, and then gradually working back up, then chunk, and then back working up. Are we going to get another move down? It's just it's quite messy. Hourly wise, it's a little bit cleaner in terms of looking at this. We've got this bullish engulfing at the moment, and maybe it will just continue pushing up, but again, things can change quite quickly after 8 o'clock. I'm a little bit wary of the Canadian dollar in the mornings, and on a Friday it just seems to go a little bit wrong on the Fridays, but we'll see. When I say wrong, it's just not so predictable. Okay, so let's look through the majors there. Let's switch markets here and have a look at we'll start off looking at gold. So gold on the dailies then, well, real solid off day yesterday. This too is sort of a bit like the Aussie in terms of its choppiness around this movement here, and again, like a lot of the other markets, lower high with this one. It's a bit like, as I say, a bit like the Aussie really. A break of these lows would be much more bearish, I think. We've already broken sort of the obvious trend lines that had been running up there. Coming down to the hourly, it's looking weird at the moment. Looking at the hourly here, and well, that's looking bearish as well. It's really, if we get a breakdown of these absolute lows here, all looking very soft. Right, okay, that's that. Let's have a quick look at crude, sorry. Sorry, I call it crud. Crude oil then yesterday, so just look at this pattern that we're seeing. It's looking like a bear flag, and it's sort of starting to roll that direction. At the moment, it's 4 hourly maybe looking a tad more bullish sort of thing, but yeah, slightly more bullish, but overall lower highs coming through. Hourly's really showing that weakness sitting there. Maybe it could turn the other way, but preferably the way this is running, I'd prefer to be on the short side at the moment. Still hanging in there, and as I said, from the big picture it looks short. Quick look at the indices then, and well, we've seen a little pick up in the CSI 300 overnight there, but the rest of the markets are looking mostly glum at the moment. Nikkei gapping down here, looking, it's gone from looking at I was looking at the sort of the bullish flag on it to it looking quite ugly. The Nifty 50, this too, I was looking at this bull flag thinking, well, okay, tomorrow it might go, and well, it's fouled here and given us a lower high. So again, a soft looking market. So as we're going through these markets, it's just looking at a bit softer. Looking at the S&Ps, again, well, had the spike up here on Tuesday there, but couldn't hang on to the move, and I was asked at the time, is this going to be a bit of a rollover? And well, it certainly looks like it at the moment. I mean, if you get a continuation today, okay, we've got the 50 MA, it might just find a bit of support into that this morning, but if it started to blow through, well, maybe we have. My outlook was a little bit more bullish than this, but it's with the dollar strengthening, we're seeing this sort of weakness coming through. The Dow Jones no different. Looking through to the Nasdaq, and as I said yesterday, it's the one I want to be in on the short side of things, because it's just that bit weaker relative to the others, and this looks like a fine old short at this stage. Very soft looking. DAX this morning, well, it's trying to do something here. It's had a little bit of a push up, but it's now going back south again, and to me that just looks weak. To say it looks very much like a lot of the currencies. I mean, the correlation between some of these currencies is lower. The lower high that came in here and everything that was saying here, looking really, really weak. Okay, FTSE, just finish off on the FTSE. Still, it's not looking quite as bad as some of the other markets there. It's more because of the content of the FTSE 100, but still looking quite ugly when you come down to the 4 hourly. It's very difficult to trade this unless you just swing short and holding on to your short positions. So there we go for today. A soft old looking market there, and it's certainly coming off, and it's new bar, selling off quite quickly. Okay, that's it for me today. I wish you a great day and a great weekend, and I'll catch you on Monday. Take care. Bye for now.